Hi everyone, so in today's video I'm going to talk about the Developer Student Clubs program. It's a program supported by Google developers, and it's a great way for undergraduate students to really learn new stuff and grow personally and professionally. So without further ado, let's jump into this video. So to start with this video, let me just share this quote from the global lead of this program, Ms. Erica Henson, and she says that Developer Student Clubs helps thousands of student developers learn and work with their communities to solve real world problems. And I can agree with this because I think I did mention this, but I served as a DSC lead last year from 2019 to 2020, and again I was able to witness all of what this program has to offer in its glory firsthand, and I can advocate for this because I felt that I learned a lot of new things while being a lead, be that personally and professionally. I felt growth in me, and I was able to help local businesses. How I will be telling that later as well. So the goal of this program is to impact students and empower them to make impact in their communities through technology. Now again, this is a very well thought out plan of how to create an impact in a community. First, what this program does, it provides excellent mentorship and learning resources to students in order to empower them, and by providing exclusive trainings and opportunities to hone their leadership and communication skills. Then it provides them the opportunity to create an impact for their community through an annual global hackathon in which you have to solve a local problem using that technology which you learned and which you received training on. And in this way, you are impacting your community through the use of technology. Again, very well thought out and pretty well executed as well, because again, I was able to check all of these marks in my 1 year's tenure, and I was able to help people do the same in my community, in my university, while I was a lead. So in short, Google selects Developer Student Club leads and they start a club on their campus. So it's a very intensive onboarding process. First, you fill out the application. I think they start in April, and they run until mid-June. That's what happened last year. And in all of this time, you have to fill out the application, and we'll be discussing of that breakdown soon in this video as well. But after that application, you receive an interview call, and in that an expert will interview you based on your application, and will assess your technical expertise and your leadership skills and your potential. Basically, it's okay if you are not very technical savvy, and if you don't have that much leadership skills. You have the potential, and you have to express that in the interview. So what does these clubs provide actually? Like, okay, sure, it's all good and amazing for the lead, but what about the community? What about the students it's going to cater? Well, they are not left behind, because they can grow their technical knowledge in a peer-to-peer learning environment, because this program encourages peer-to-peer education. It believes that that student is the most receptive when they are at ease and with their friends, and that's what they want to do. They want to use that ease and that comfort to use that, and to use that environment as a learning environment, so that learning is fun, learning is more engaging and more impactful. You also get relevant work experience in your university and in your undergraduate level, because there is this dilemma that you need work experience to get work experience nowadays. So how to go on about it? And through this program, you can actually work on some real world projects, and they can very well go on your LinkedIn, on your resume, and can help you land internships and your future jobs. So basically this can be your first step to getting relevant industry work experience. Of course, if you have worked on a solution, showcase it in your community. Make people fall in love with this, with that application, with that product which you have built, and just truly drive an impact in your community. So in this way you can eventually hone your marketing skills of how, if you have built something, you have to market it now, you have to bring it to the people, in the hands of the people. So it can be another great learning experience for you, and potentially a career choice as well. Again, all of this is possible if you will participate in the annual solution challenge, which I think goes live in January and it runs till March. So you have 3 months to work on a product, to work on a solution to a local problem. And I definitely participated last year. Why do we do this? For students, it's a chance to grow their knowledge and to grow professionally and personally, have some leadership experience, have some relevant work experience, and learn about Google technologies and its open source technologies. And for the community, it's good because now their problems will be solved using technology, and how it's getting its local heroes, its local leaders. So again, it's a win-win situation for both of them. Now the application, the thing which we have been waiting for, of how to join this community now, because I have worked you up. Well, based on the last year's DSC Lead interest form, these are some of the sections. Okay, first is the personal information. Now again, in this section you just have to put in the basic information about yourself, about your date of birth, about your birth country, about your father's name, and your contact information. That's it. Then there's a university information. In this one you have to put in the information about your university. Now again, the only eligibility criteria here is that you have to be from a technical background, like pursuing a technical degree, and also you have to be an undergrad student. No matter the year, you are eligible. Even a final year can apply now. And just put in all your university information. I think they request a website of your university as well to really ensure that the university exists, because it's just a process. And you have to provide the location, the name, and just the basic stuff. Then there's the interview video call language option, where you can select from many different languages. Again, it's a personal preference. You can go about it in any way you want, but I would definitely recommend going for the English option, because these community programs are just a learning experience, and now is the time, and you can, to just make the most out of these. Use these to grow yourself. So using the English option, if your communication skills in English are not that great, use this opportunity to make it better. So definitely go for the English option. I definitely recommend it. But again, it's a personal preference, and if you want to do it in your own language, that's up to you. Then there's a bit of a confusing bit last year about the DSC code. You don't need to worry about it if you don't have it. Again, not going to affect your application. Those who have it know what it means, but again, it would not damage your application one bit. It's an optional thing, so just leave it. Okay. Then there is past Google Forms, Google Programs involvement. What does that mean? So Google does not only sponsor this one program, this community program DSC, but it also offers many programs like GDG, Women Tech Makers, and Google Code In. So there are a lot of Google Summer of Code. So there are a lot of programs out there. So if you have been a part of in any of these programs, definitely mention them. If you have not, there's no problem, because this can be your first program. And I know that again, the application, if your involvement will definitely help your application, but if you don't have it, would not like damage your application. And just to motivate you, when I was applying, I was not involved in any of the Google programs, so I left this section blank, because I had not been involved in any program. So it's always better to be honest than to make something up, because it definitely can backfire in the interview. And so just, if you have been involved, write about it. If you have not, then don't write about it. There's no workaround to this. So, and my encouraging story, like, I didn't write anything, and I was definitely selected, and I truly excelled in the program as well. Then there is the video option. Now again, many people find this daunting, I know, but let's talk about it. So it was optional last year, so it was optional in 2020, and people were exempted, and if they didn't want to, they were exempted from submitting a video. Again, I would recommend doing this. I recommend doing all the hard stuff basically. If you are scared to do something, definitely go for it, full speed ahead, because it's the time to grow out of your comfort zone and try something new, and that's where growth happens. So make this video, and I highly recommend it. You will learn new things. Again, you will learn to talk in front of a camera. You will jumpstart your public speaking skills, because again, if you are a lead, you will have to speak in front of students, your peers, and they are going to judge you, because they do, and your camera doesn't judge you. So if you cannot speak in front of a camera, how can you expect to speak in front of those students? So start your public speaking journey from the application period, right from now, and just submit a video in English, because it has to be in English. I think the prompt is, why do you wish to be a part of this program? And I think there are 3 options. There are 3 different prompts, and I will also include one answer to my prompt after, like, right now. Okay. Hi, my name is Shazib Kazmi, and if I am selected as a DSC lead, my club would be based on these 3 ideas: inclusive, practical, and casual. So I believe that nobody owns the rights to education, and it should be open to everybody. So my club activities would be open to all the students in my campus, so that I can reach as many students and impact as many lives as possible. Second is practical. So as the idea behind DSC that we should bridge the gap between theory and practice, so my club would place a heavy emphasis on the practical knowledge of students, because in the real world, practical skills are more important than the theoretical part which are being taught in our classrooms. Lastly, casual. So in our classrooms, the relationship between students and teachers is quite formal, which keeps students from asking the real questions which they want. The peer-to-peer nature of our club would ensure that students can ask the question which they truly want to really clear their ideas. And that would be the community which I would build if I am selected as a DSC lead. So that was one example. That was not my application video, but I was asked to make a sample one. So you can get a pretty good idea of what type of video you can make. Again, I made it quite fancy, I would admit, because I have these video editing capabilities, but you don't have to edit it. You don't have to edit it one bit. You just have to focus on the content which I said. And if you said those things, you have a pretty good chance of getting selected. But again, don't say those same things again, because again, you have to be unique. Okay? So that was just an example for an inspiration's sake. So I think that would be all for the application, and if you did what I said, there are very good chances of you getting an interview call. For the interview, I can just recommend being yourself, just saying what you know, keeping your technical projects and your technical knowledge on your side, and you should be well versed in everything that you wrote in the application and everything that you did, and your projects. So if they ask about it, you can be confident. Basically, they're just assessing your confidence, they're just assessing your leadership, and if you are able to showcase that properly, you will definitely be a part of this amazing program. I cannot stress enough how beautiful this community is, the people I met in this community, the mentors from Google especially, amazing people, amazing network, and truly jump-started my professional career, honestly. And again, that's it for the video. I don't want to further elongate it. I truly hope that you learned something new, and I'll see you in the next one.